everyone. This is Rachel Tessman from StampYourArtOut.com. And this month, in my Think Outside the Box video, I've come up with some fun alternate project ideas using the contents of the April 2016 Paper Pumpkin Kit from Stampin' Up. This kit is titled Lovely Little Wreath because, as you can see on the cover of the directions, that's what you get to make. You can follow full step-by-step directions and even refer to the how-to video to make this exact wreath, which is adorable, by the way. Or you can go beyond, toss the directions aside, and change up the kit contents to create something completely outside the paper pumpkin box, as I'll be showing you in my video today. Grab your scissors, and Stampin' Up! Provides everything else that you'll need in these paper pumpkin kits, even the stamps and the ink that you can continue to use in future projects. And bonus, this April kit included the extra stamp set called All About Everything. Yep, Stampin' Up! Does that once in a while. They gift us. Besides being super affordable at around $20 per month, including the shipping costs, they are compact, so you don't need a craft room to house them. They give you 30 minutes of creative therapy. The kits and the projects make perfect gifts. They're great for kids and adults, whether you're male or female. And if you don't like the project ideas inside, you can find lots of other ones on the internet that will inspire you. Plus, if you subscribe with me as your demonstrator, I send you even more ideas each month that are exclusive to my subscribers only. Want a sneak peek of what's coming in May? Ta-da! Demonstrators that attended our Stampin' Up! Event in Salt Lake City a couple weeks ago were able to make this card while we were there, and then we also got supplies so that we could make a second one, but I already came up with some alternate ideas using those supplies, so I'm ahead of the game this time. But usually each kit is a surprise, and that is the fun of it. No need to worry though if you don't like what's in the kit, because again, I share lots of ideas that you can make with your kit contents. For instance, with this one, I'm going to be sharing greeting cards, scrapbook pages, and gift ideas, so stay tuned. There's really no excuse not to get signed up. If you start up a subscription, and you can follow the links below to do so, and you decide it's not for you, you can cancel at any time. There is no commitment. You'll definitely want to be a subscriber after checking out what can be created with these very affordable kits. I'm excited to share. So let's get started. Keep in mind that most of the extra tools and products that I use in this video can be purchased from me in my online store. And they're listed in my video description below and linked to my online store. The next thing that I'm going to stamp for you is a basic note card. From the kit, I'm going to use these black tags. Yes, you get a lot of them. It's great. You only really use one on the wreath, but then you get all these extra tags. I think these are in case you make mistakes, and then you can make little tags for gifts. Then you just use your snips. You can poke through the holes to get all those little pieces removed. We're also going to be using dimensionals. Again, the note cards from the kit. And then 6 stamp pads. One of them that's already included in the kit is your Very Vanilla. Then we'll pull out Basic Black, Crushed Curry, and Cajun Craze. All of those are past colors from past kits. And then we have new colors, Mint, Macaron, and Old Olive. I have a hard time saying it, just Mint Macaron. It's French, so you have to put that little in there. Anyways, there's the colors we're going to use. And let's give our card a fold. Like so. And the stamp set that we'll be using for this one is the All About Everything, the extra bonus stamp set that comes in the kit. So we're going to stamp the front of our card using the Cajun Craze and the large flower. And then we'll pull out the crushed curry and we'll add the center of our flower. Did you guys notice already? I have a little smudge on this note card. I'm feeling so sad. I'll figure out what to do there. And then we're going to grab our mint color and we'll do our small flower. We'll do a couple of those in the mint color. We'll come back in with the center of our flower, which we need to clean off now because we're switching. We're switching to the Cajun Craze color. And you're probably wondering why these colors? Well, I am matching it up with a designer paper again. I love that designer paper, and almost all of our designer paper is leaving us. Things are retiring. Lots of products are retiring. Of course, it's making way for the new, but still, we're going to miss the old. So you'll want to check out the online store and see what's on the retiring products lists. Okay, now we're going to grab our old olive color, and we're going to grab the leaf that comes in that set. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. And we'll ink that up and stamp that a couple times. You can see I'm stamping off again to get a lighter shade. I'm just going to put a leaf in there. You'll know why later, but it doesn't make sense yet. That's okay. Put a couple leaves up there. And then the last color for now is going to be our Very Vanilla. I'm sorry, not Very Vanilla, Crushed Curry. And we'll do that with these, what looks like corn or grapes or lilacs. I saw some people making lilac cards out of these. Out of those images. Okay, let's set everything aside for a minute. Now, ignoring this little smudge here and grabbing that black tag again, this is where our black tag is going to get positioned. So you see how that leaf kind of makes more sense now? So we want to stamp on our black tag, and we're going to use the stamp that says Happy Birthday. And then set that off to the side to dry. The inside of the card is going to get stamped with the basic black. So let's grab our Celebrate stamps. And you'll want to be careful when you put your stamp down. Don't just stick it down, because look, you can curve it. You want to be careful about that. So sometimes I like to let the stamp sit on the table and then I grab it with the block. We'll stamp that right in the middle of our card. And then we can clean it, replace it with another one. There it is. Time 2. And stamp that right above the word Celebrate. There we go. There's our almost finished card. We're going to flip this tag over. Now I would let that set a little bit longer before you flip it over, because this is a craft type of ink. It is it's an ink that can smear easily, so you'll want to be really careful when you're using that. And there is our finished card. Now let me show you another one that I did. We're going to just replace that because this has a smudge. There, it's gone. There's another card design that I did using the same colors, and then here are the black tags that are just basic. There's something I'd like to thank you for, everything. And I made 2 of each of them, and then I paired them up with the white envelopes that come in the note cards. And I said, wouldn't it be cute to put these in some kind of holder? So actually, I thought of the holder before I made the cards, because again, I told you I coordinated the colors with some designer paper. And this designer paper that is leaving us, I'm grabbing it right now, sorry for all the noise in the background, is from that botanical set of papers that I just shared with you on one of the other projects, the other card I made. And then we're going to use black cardstock, we're going to use some more of that tear and tape adhesive, we're going to use the ribbon that comes in the kit, a snips, and a paper trimmer for the rest of this. This idea for the note card holder is another idea that I received from fellow demonstrator Terry Gaines. Let me open up my trimmer here. We're going to place our designer paper into our trimmer at the 7.5 inch mark and cut. This piece here we can set aside. So now what we're going to do is take this paper and we're going to score it at just under 2 inches. That would be the 1 7/8 inch mark. And then we're going to flip it over and we're going to fold like so. Let's grab that bone folder and emphasize the creases. Now, we're going to do the same thing with the other side, but instead of scoring it with the paper trimmer, we're going to do it like this because we want to make sure that the edges meet up perfectly. So now when we're done, we should have two panels here that are the same width and they meet right in the middle. Now we're going to score again, and we're going to score at 5 5/8. So just over 1/2 inch. We're going to do it on that side, and we're going to flip it around, and we're going to do it again on this side. And let's just leave our paper trimmer here for a minute. We're going to set this aside, and we're going to cut some coordinating cardstock. We're going to cut that at 3 3/4 inches by 4 3/4 inches. And then we need to score. We're going to score at 2 inches on each end. Flip it around, and we'll do 2 inches on this side. There we go. That's going to be the cover to our container. We're going to trim one side in from this score line, and we're just going to angle cut, and it doesn't have to be perfect because it's actually going to disappear. And do the same thing to this side. Angle cut. There we go. Now it's going to make it easier for us to slip this inside because it's going to actually insert into one of the ends here, like so. Does that make sense? So now we need to make the base of our box. So we're going to fold right at those crease marks that we made. Let's grab our bone folder and make those crisp folds or crisp creases there. And now we need to make our box so that it opens right here. And you see how I'm doing that? I'm kind of making a little mouth here. Okay, so in order to do that, we're going to work with one side at a time. We're actually going to take these fold marks that were just created down here, and we're going to fold them the opposite way. Just at these spots here. Same thing on this side. Just making those folds go the opposite way. Okay, so now let's take one fold at a time, and we're going to make that crease that we just did here meet up. So you see this edge here? That is going to meet up with the side edge of our container. So we're going to fold it down like this. And you see we've got a little tiny triangle in there. That should be a right angle. We'll just crease that. And we'll do the same thing to this side. So this edge here is going to line up with the outside edge. Make sure it's lined up here, and then we're going to crease it down. So you see what we're doing here? We're making kind of a little mouth in our box. Let's do the same thing to that side. There's the crease, meet it up with the outside edge, and grab your bone folder or your fingernail and make it crisp. And then this side here. This kind of a fold is really hard to explain on paper. It's best to show it in a video because it's kind of crazy how awkward it is to try to fold it. But if you look at those outside edges and you meet them up with these outside edges, then it works. And then you have your container. This piece is going to get inserted into here, so we're going to go ahead and add some adhesive to the back of that. And we'll slip that in. And then the trick is to just make sure that it's going to fold down nice and flat before we... Yep, that looks good. So now we can emphasize it. And then the last thing is to make sure that the inside of our box flaps are taped down. So we'll grab our tear and tape adhesive again. And we added that on all 4 sides, making sure that we didn't have any adhesive that got into these gapped areas here. So let's go ahead and add our cards to the inside here. And then we'll grab some of the ribbon that came in the kit. Now you can do it like that, or another way that I did the closure on that box is I added some Velcro. So I just took some Velcro dots that I got at my local craft store. I put the combo of the two, so you want to take your pieces together, stick one on one side, and then close it up. And I'll demonstrate that with this box. So we probably want the rough side on the under flap here, just like that. And then we'll close it and we'll press it down. And now we've got our Velcro lined up. And the soft side of the Velcro is right there. And then what I did is I just took the ribbon from that kit and I wrapped it around and tied the bow that way instead. Isn't that a fun kit or a fun project? I love it. We have so many other pieces in the kit that we have not even used yet. Let me share with you one more card idea before I move on to scrapbook page ideas and then gift ideas. So this card idea is one that I came up with kind of as I was falling asleep the other night. I love it. It's a birthday card. I'm going to be using this piece, one of these pieces from the kit. There's several of these. You get like a zillion. You can see I already cut off one of the petals to make it into a leaf before, but now we're going to cut just straight across. We're just going to grab a bunch of these and we're going to trim that out. By the way, the leaves, when you cut them out, do you see how it looks like? It looks like little blades of grass that are blowing in the wind. So you could do something with that too. Okay, so we've trimmed them off and now we have a bunch of those little pieces. We have this strip here, and what I did with one of the yellow circles, the little tissue paper circles, is I cut it in half and then I cut it into thirds. So you start with this half here and you're just gonna eyeball, it doesn't matter, and you're just gonna trim it into thirds. So that way you end up with 6 pieces from one piece of yellow tissue paper. Let's take and fold our cardstock in half. Actually, we have one already folded. Let's just go ahead and use this. And we're going to take our strip and we're going to figure out where it's going to go first here. Rachel, you're getting ahead of yourself. Okay, so that's going to be up there because we want to put a little message on the front of our card. And this piece is going to go approximately there. There, that's what we'll do. We'll trim it off. And now we'll pull off the backing and we're going to add some of those little things that we cut off. They are going to be forming kind of like little wax drips. Let me grab a little one here first. Like that. And you're just going to add them behind. You see how they look like little drips of candle wax? This will be a nice big drip of candle wax. Oops. Hey, there's another one. And we'll add that one maybe right there. Candles that have been dripping for a while. We'll put some adhesive on the back. Again, you could use the glue dots that come in the kit. But for making it nice and quick, use this adhesive. Your drips need to be going downward, not upward. So watch the direction of your drips. And then we'll do 2 more candles on either side, and we're going to try to make them the same height. So after we've cut one, we'll just line it back up again and cut the other one. Okay, now we're going to add the flames for the candles. And because flames flicker, it's not a perfect looking triangle. You just want to get a look of fire kind of going up to a point. And if the wind is going in the same direction, you want your flames to all be going in the same direction. And now we're going to stamp on this using our very vanilla ink and our word stamp that says Happy Birthday. This is probably my favorite stamp in that extra set. I just love the font. It's so cute. And we'll add that to the front of the card, and I'm going to add it using dimensionals. Because we just stamped it, I'm going to be very careful to not smear my ink. Just by adding some neutral cardstock behind it, you can make a whole bunch of these cute little birthday cards. And then of course you could stamp on the inside, time to celebrate, or just write whatever you'd like on the inside. Thank you for watching. It builds creativity to think outside the box. Be sure to go to my YouTube channel so that you can subscribe and catch more paper pumpkin videos that I've shared using past kits and more that I'll share with future kits. Also be sure to visit my blog at stampyourartout.com so that you can view close-up photos of the projects I made and see photos of other paper pumpkin kit ideas. If you're watching my video on YouTube, look for links in my video description below. Oh yes, and to see some extra exclusive project ideas, get your Paper Pumpkin subscription started with me as your demonstrator. I hope you all enjoyed this video tutorial. Now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.